Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And this video I have in store for you guys today, I've had in mind for quite a while. I just put the video on hold because I wasn't really sure which albums to include in this video, but I thought of some. So yeah, in this video I'm going to be discussing and talking about thrash metal albums that you should know. So other than that, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, up first is Anthrax's album Among the Living. Now, to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of Anthrax, if I had to be completely honest with you guys. I would consider them more of a guilty pleasure for me, but regardless of that though, I really like this album. It's a classic, and so far out of all of their stuff I heard, this is my favorite from them so far. But yeah, you got the title track, of course. You got Caught in a Mosh, which is one of the most popular songs, not from this album, but from Anthrax in general. Good song though. I Am the Law was another good song from this album. Of course, you got Indians, ADI-Horror of It All, just to name a few songs or whatever. But yeah, still a good album. Only 9 songs, but this is still a good album. And if you're a thrash fan and you have not really heard this album, then I definitely recommend it, regardless of Anthrax being a band that I don't really like that much, so that's why I consider them a guilty pleasure for me. But yeah, this is still a good album though, regardless of how I feel about Anthrax in general. So yeah, still wanted to include it on here. It's a classic for sure, so if you don't know it, you must check it out. So that's why I've done this video. But yeah, Anthrax Among the Living, great album. I really like it. Okay, so the next band, I was only going to include one album from them in this video, but I decided to put 2 albums from this band in the video because it wouldn't be fair if I left out the other album, because it's just as good as the first one I'm going to talk about from the band. So the band, of course, is Creator, and this is their album Pleasure to Kill. One of 2 albums I'm going to talk about in this video. So yeah, Pleasure to Kill is one of my favorite Creator albums out of all of the stuff I've heard from them so far. So yeah, this album is so fucking good, man. If you're a fan of thrash metal of the 80s, then this album is a must for you. It's so damn good, man. It really is. You got songs like the title track, Pleasure to Kill, Command of the Blade, Death is Your Savior, Choir of the Damned, just to name some. But yeah, really good album. And this is a remaster, so it has the bonus tracks from the Flag of Hate EP, my bad. But yeah, regardless though, this album is awesome as fuck. So if you call yourself a thrash fan, you must check out this album. So if you want a band outside of Metallica, Anthrax, Slayer, Megadeth, then Creator is definitely the band for you, and their album Pleasure to Kill, because this album will not disappoint you at all. So yeah, Pleasure to Kill, Creator, amazing fucking album. You must check it out. Great album. Definitely one of their best, especially in my opinion. Okay, up next is Terrible Certainty by Creator. This is the second album I'm including from Creator in this video. But yeah, I'm not really sure if I like this album as much as Pleasure to Kill, but this is still a good album from Creator. Of course, this is a remaster, so of course you got the booklet, which is pretty thick, as you guys can tell. This is the 2-disc version. It comes, of course, with the original disc, which is disc 1, and then disc 2 is for another EP called Out of the Dark Into the Light. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, Terrible Certainty is still a good album. Of course, you got songs like the title track, Terrible Certainty, No Escape, Behind the Mirror, Blind Faith, which is a really kick-ass album opener. I really like that one. So yeah, just to name a few. But yeah, still check out this album if you're a fan of thrash, because this album is a must for you. So yeah, Creator, Terrible Certainty. Great album. Okay, now, This next album, of course, everyone knows about it, but I still wanted to include it in here because it's a masterpiece and one of the best albums of all time. Despite me thinking it's overrated, it's still a very good album though, and of course that is Rust in Peace by Megadeth. I still wanted to include this album on here. I suppose everyone that's a metalhead already knows about this, but still, for those that don't know about it and they are into metal and they don't really know about this album, that's why I still wanted to include it on here. So yeah, my only complaint though with this album is Dawn Patrol, but the other 8 tracks are fucking amazing as fuck. But if I had to pick out some favorites, that would be Hangar 18, Holy Wars, The Punishment Due, Tornado of Souls, Take No Prisoners, and Rust in Peace, Polaris. Just check out this album if you're a fan of thrash. Definitely a must for any fan of thrash, because this is one of the best thrash metal albums of all time, and one of the best albums of all time when it comes to metal. So yeah, Rust in Peace by Megadeth. I know it's overrated for me, but I still do like this album, and it's my favorite from Megadeth. Okay, now this next album is also one that many people probably already know about, but I'm still going to include it in here for those that don't really know it. And of course, that is Ride Lightning from Metallica. Now this is my second favorite Metallica album, but I'm not including my favorite Metallica album in this video, which is the Black Album, because I don't really consider it a thrash metal album. I consider it more of like metal that you would hear on the radio, but it's still a good album. But yeah, Ride Lightning, it's a thrasher piece, and if you call yourself a thrash metal fan, then what are you doing with your life if you don't know this album? Because this is one of the greatest thrash metal albums of all time. I already said that for Rust in Peace, but this album is fucking fantastic. Only 8 tracks long, but still good album. Now, when it comes to this album, many people bash the song Escape, but I don't think that's a bad song at all. I like Escape. I think it's a good song, but yeah, you got the title track, Ride Lightning, For Whom the Bell Tolls. My personal favorite on the album would be Fade to Black. I really love the opening on that, and overall, it's a fantastic song. Creeping Death was really good, and even the instrumental, the Call of Cthulhu, was really good. So yeah, Metallica, Ride the Lightning. Great album, and definitely one of the best metal albums of all time. Definitely check it out if you haven't heard it. Okay, just a few more left, guys. Okay, now this next band has been all over the place when it comes to subgenres of metal, but this album I have in this video that I'm about to show you guys is a thrash metal album, and of course it is Beneath the Remains from Simpatora. This is definitely one of their best thrash metal albums, so that's why I'm including it on here for those that don't know about it. So yeah, if you don't know this album, then take my recommendation and check it out, please, because you'll really like it. You got songs like the title track, Beneath the Remains. Inner Self was a really good song again. Stronger Than Hate is my fucking jam. I really love that song. It's awesome as fuck. Mass Hypnosis is a really good song again. Just to name about 3 or 4 songs, but yeah, this album is still really good, and this is a bonus tracks version, so you got the Inner Self drum tracks, and then Mass Hypnosis drum tracks for the bonus tracks. But yeah, still a really good album. So yeah, Simpatora's album, Beneath the Remains. This is a classic, and you must give it a listen if you don't know it. Great album. Definitely one of their best. Probably my favorite out of the thrash stuff. Okay, now this next band, I'm not including one of their albums on here because it's overrated as fuck. But the band, of course, is Slayer, and that album I'm talking about of theirs that I'm not including on here is Rain and Blood, because that album is just overrated, and everyone probably already knows that album. even if you're not into Slayer. Of course, anyone already knows that album. Even if you're not into Slayer, I suppose you already know about that album. But the album I'm including in this video, of course, is Seasons in the Abyss. I think this is one of their best albums, and this is actually my favorite Slayer album, to be honest with you guys. You got the title track, Seasons in the Abyss, Dead Skin Mask, which is my favorite Slayer song of all time. I really like that one, it's awesome. I know it's about a serial killer, but I really like Dead Skin Mask though. It's a good song, I really like it. Spirit in Black was another good song. Blood Red, War and Symbol, just a fucking masterpiece, man. This is one of the best thrash albums of the 1990s. So if you want to check out Slayer, this would be a good album to start off with. Or Rain and Blood, it's your choice, but Rain and Blood is just too overrated, so that's why I did not make this list, because like I said, everyone probably already knows that album, even if they're not a fan of Slayer or whatever. But yeah, Seasons in the Abyss, definitely check it out, because I think it is better than Rain and Blood, for sure. I might receive negativity from that, but I don't care. I think this album is better, so if you want to start off with Slayer, this one would be a really good choice. So Seasons in the Abyss by Slayer, a fucking masterpiece and thrashterpiece. Definitely recommended. Okay, now this next band many people don't really give much of opportunity or recognition to, but I'm still going to include them on here, because this band I think is very good. They've been around since the early 80s, but they don't get much appreciation as much as Megadeth or Metallica for that instance. But this is still a really good band, and of course it's Overkill. This is their album Under the Influence. I think this album is pretty underrated when it comes to thrash metal. But yeah, this is a really good album. It's not my favorite Overkill album. That would be The Years of Decay, which is their 1989 album, I think. But Under the Influence, which is their 1988 album, is still a really good album. And if you don't know this band or this album, then I definitely recommend it. That is the point in this video, for those that don't know any of these albums. So yeah, Under the Influence, Overkill, great album. You got the title track, which is called Overkill 3, Under the Influence. Mad Gone World, Shred, which is the opening track, is a banger. Great song, of course. Hello from the Gutter is a personal favorite for me when it comes to this album. So yeah, Overkill, Under the Influence. If you're a fan of Overkill and you have not got around to this album yet, then definitely check it out. I know it's not my favorite from them, but I still do really enjoy and like this album, because it's fucking amazing. So if you don't really know this album, then definitely give it a listen, because it's fantastic. So Overkill's Under the Influence. Okay, one more band and one more album. Now, you guys already know I'm a big fan of this band, but I'm only including one album from this band. And of course the band is Testament. This is their album, let's see here. Oh, this is The Gathering. This is a remaster, because the original album cover has a totally different artwork. But when it comes to the artwork of this album, I really prefer this version of the artwork over the original artwork of the album. But regardless of that, this is a fucking amazing album. It came out in 1999, but it was remastered, I believe, in 2018, because on the back here it says 2018, but it originally came out in 1999. But yeah, this album is fucking amazing, man. It's not my favorite Testament album. I'm not really sure where it would be if I ever ranked Testament's albums, but that'd be pretty cool to rank their albums. But I really don't know where this album would stand in that ranking whenever I do it. But this is still a good album, and definitely a recommendation. Now, I have like 3 or 4 other Testament albums in my CD collection, but those are their modern albums, so that's why I'm not really putting them in this video. But this album is their last album of the 90s era, so yeah, this is still a really good album though. You got DRI, no, not DRI, yeah, DNR, my bad guys. DNR stands for Do Not Resuscitate. I know I'm butchering that. I'm really bad at pronouncing certain words, as you guys already know. But yeah, that's still a really good album opener for sure. Down for Life was another good song. 3 Days in Darkness, holy shit, man. That's a fucking amazing song. I really like that one. Careful What You Wish For was fantastic. Sewn Shut Eyes was great. Since this is the remaster, the closing track, Hammer of the Guns, is not on the original version of this album. It's only on this remaster. I think it's an instrumental, but it's still really, really good. So yeah, if you want to check out Testament for the first time, I don't think this would be a bad choice to start off with, because this album is fantastic. So yeah guys, the albums I included in this video, I think everyone should check them out if they don't know them. So before I end off the video, the first album was Among the Living from Anthrax. The second album was Pleasure to Kill from Creator. The third album was Terrible Certainty from Creator. Fourth album was Rust in Peace from Megadeth. Fifth album was Ride the Lightning from Metallica. Let's see here. What did I just say? Let me count, guys. I'm bad. My bad. I'm losing track here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Sixth album was Beneath the Remains from Simpatora. Seventh album was Seasons in the Abyss from Slayer. Eighth album was Under the Influence from Overkill. And ninth and final album was the remastered version of The Gathering, or The Gathering. Either way, this is the ninth album in the video. Testament's album, The Gathering. So yeah guys, with that being said, thank you guys for watching this. I definitely want you guys to check out these albums when you have the time to, because I think these albums are albums that everyone should know, or at least check out if they don't know them. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and yeah, take care, stay metal, rock on, and yeah, peace.